Imagine you're wandering through the blistering Sahara, where temperatures can roast a steak on the sand. Out of nowhere, a small creature skitters past. It's the Saharan silver ant, the fastest ant on the planet. This little speedster can run 108 times its body length per second. Faster than Usain Bolt if he were the size of an ant. But that's just the beginning. What if I told you that in the depths of the ocean, creatures thrive in boiling hot vents where no human could survive? Keep watching, because today, we're diving into the mind-blowing world of extreme animal adaptations. Our journey starts in the Arctic, where the temperature can plummet to a bone-chilling -58 degrees Fahrenheit. Here, you'll find the Arctic fox, a master of winter survival. With its thick, white fur that blends seamlessly with the snow, this fox is not just a pretty face. It can lower its metabolic rate to conserve energy, going into a state that's almost like hibernation without actually sleeping. This clever trick allows it to survive the long, harsh winters when food is scarce. But let's take a leap from the freezing Arctic to the scorching Namib Desert, home to the amazing Namib desert beetle. This beetle has a unique way of collecting water in one of the driest places on Earth. Early in the morning, it climbs to the top of a sand dune and faces the fog-laden wind. Its back, covered in tiny bumps, collects the water droplets, which then roll down into its mouth. Talk about turning morning dew into a life-sustaining drink. Now, picture yourself in the dense Amazon rainforest, where competition for resources is fierce. Enter the glass frog, a tiny amphibian with a nearly transparent belly. This extraordinary adaptation makes it nearly invisible to predators lurking below. But wait, there's more. The male glass frog guards its eggs, ensuring they stay moist and protected from hungry insects. This level of parental care is rare in the amphibian world and gives the next generation a better chance at survival. From the lush rainforests, let's dive into the ocean's abyss, where the pressure is so intense it can crush a submarine. Here lives the Yeti crab, an otherworldly creature with hairy claws. These claws are not just for show. They are covered in bacteria that detoxify the poisonous minerals spewed from hydrothermal vents. The Yeti crab essentially farms its own food, a remarkable survival strategy in such an extreme environment. Speaking of extreme environments, let's visit the high altitudes of the Andes Mountains, where the air is thin and the temperatures are brutally cold. Meet the Vicuña, a wild relative of the llama. These animals have developed an incredibly fine and dense coat of wool that traps air and provides insulation. This adaptation is so effective that Vicuña wool is highly prized and considered one of the finest natural fibers in the world. Next, let's swim with the tardigrades, also known as water bears, which are probably the most indestructible creatures on Earth. These microscopic animals can survive extreme radiation, the vacuum of space, and temperatures from just above absolute zero to over 300 degrees Fahrenheit. How? They enter a state called cryptobiosis, where they essentially dry out and suspend all biological activity. They can stay in this state for decades, only to rehydrate and return to life when conditions improve. It's like hitting the pause button on life itself. Back on solid ground, in the forests of Southeast Asia, the Draco lizard takes to the skies. Well, sort of. This lizard has evolved flaps of skin along its ribs, creating wings that allow it to glide from tree to tree. It can soar over 30 feet in a single glide, escaping predators and searching for food. Who needs wings when you've got skin flaps? Meanwhile, in the vast savannas of Africa, the giraffe's long neck is not just for reaching the tallest trees. Inside, it has a powerful heart that pumps blood all the way up to its brain. This heart can weigh up to 25 pounds and generates double the blood pressure of an average large mammal. This unique adaptation ensures that the giraffe remains alert and well-nourished, even when towering 18 feet above the ground. Let's not forget the deep freeze of Antarctica, home to the icefish. Unlike most fish, icefish have no red blood cells, which makes their blood clear. This adaptation allows them to survive in icy waters, as their blood is less viscous and can flow more easily at low temperatures. They also have antifreeze proteins in their blood, preventing ice crystals from forming and damaging their tissues. These cold water warriors are true marvels of adaptation. In the sweltering heat of Australia, the thorny devil lizard has developed an ingenious way to drink water. Its skin is covered in tiny grooves that channel moisture from any part of its body to its mouth. Whether it's morning dew or rain, the thorny devil can sip water directly from its own skin. Talk about a built-in hydration system. As we move to the wet and wild mangrove swamps, we encounter the mudskipper, a fish that spends more time on land than in water. With its powerful pectoral fins, it can walk, jump, and even climb trees. It breathes through its skin and the lining of its mouth and throat, which are rich in blood vessels. This amphibious lifestyle allows the mudskipper to exploit both aquatic and terrestrial food sources, making it a true jack of all trades. Venturing into the darkness of caves, we find the Texas blind salamander. Living in complete darkness, this salamander has no eyes. Instead, it has highly developed sensory organs that detect changes in water pressure and chemical signals, allowing it to navigate and hunt in its pitch-black environment. This adaptation makes it perfectly suited for life in the underground rivers and lakes of its cave habitat. Next, let's visit the rugged terrains of New Zealand, home to the kea, a parrot known for its intelligence and curiosity. Keas have a unique adaptation: their strong beaks and problem-solving skills. They can use tools, solve complex puzzles, and even cooperate with each other to achieve a goal. This intelligence helps them find food in a variety of ways, from scavenging to foraging, and even breaking into backpacks of unsuspecting hikers. In the blistering Australian outback, you'll find the thorny devil lizard, an animal that appears to be straight out of a fantasy novel. This spiky creature has a remarkable ability to drink water through its skin. Its body is covered with tiny grooves that channel moisture from any part of its body directly to its mouth. Whether it's dew, rain, or moisture from sand, this lizard can hydrate itself in one of the driest places on Earth. Head over to the Mariana Trench, the deepest part of the world's oceans, and you'll discover the incredible adaptations of the snailfish. Living under pressures so intense they would crush most other fish, the snailfish has a gelatinous body that allows it to survive where others can't. Its body lacks air-filled spaces that would collapse under the pressure, making it perfectly suited for life in the deep dark. In the desolate, high-altitude regions of the Himalayas, the bar-headed goose takes flight, showcasing one of the most astonishing feats in the animal kingdom. These geese migrate over the Himalayas, flying at altitudes of up to 29,000 feet where oxygen levels are perilously low. Their bodies have adapted with a higher affinity for oxygen in their hemoglobin and an efficient respiratory system that allows them to thrive in thin air where most would struggle for breath. Now, let's travel to the mysterious and vibrant depths of the Amazon River, where the electric eel reigns supreme. This eel can generate up to 600 volts of electricity, enough to knock out a horse. These electric shocks serve both as a defense mechanism and a means to incapacitate prey. The eel's body contains specialized cells called electrocytes that store power like tiny batteries, discharging when threatened or hunted. Meanwhile, in the treacherous deserts of the American Southwest, the kangaroo rat exhibits an extraordinary survival technique. These small rodents can live their entire lives without ever drinking water. They get all the moisture they need from the seeds they eat. Moreover, their kidneys are incredibly efficient, producing highly concentrated urine and minimizing water loss. In the shadowy depths of the ocean, the anglerfish presents one of nature's most bizarre adaptations. The female anglerfish has a bioluminescent lure on its head that attracts prey in the pitch-black waters. But the oddities don't stop there. When a male finds a female, he latches onto her with his teeth, eventually fusing with her body and becoming a permanent mate, sharing her bloodstream and nutrients. On the arid plains of southern Africa, we find the puff adder, a snake with an incredibly fast strike. This venomous viper can strike and deliver its deadly bite in a fraction of a second, faster than the blink of an eye. Its camouflage allows it to remain unseen until it's too late for its prey. From the deserts to the rainforests, and from the highest mountains to the deepest oceans, Extreme animal adaptations showcase the incredible diversity and ingenuity of life on Earth. These creatures not only survive but thrive in conditions that would be unimaginable for most of us. Their stories are a testament to the relentless drive to adapt and overcome. And who knows what other astonishing adaptations are out there, waiting to be discovered.